fellas, this is every mech from LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising, and today I'm going to be going through every single one of them to answer the question, which one is the best? To begin with, I think it's really important that we have a look at some of the smallest mechs. These are, of course, much more reasonable than the bigger mechs that we'll see later on in this video, and as a result, maybe they're not quite as impressive as you might think. Jay's Battle Mech, for example, retails for $10, and, like, it is just a basic mech, you know? It's nothing too crazy, it's not particularly interesting. He's got this nice sword, as well as another hand that has, like, a turret. If somebody pulled up on me in this mech, I would have absolutely no fear in me whatsoever. His legs are, like, really short, and he just looks very, you know, maybe like me. I promise I'm over 6 foot. Please believe me. I do think Zane's Battlesuit Mech does a better job with this. Given the fact that it has, like, longer legs, this guy is over, like, 4'3" at least. But still, I think at the scale of these mechs, like the tiny ones, the proportions just look so weird. There's just something about these mini mechs that don't quite feel right, because you've got loads of exposed pieces, and, like, his waist can, for some reason, move. Really randomly, in this set, we just get, like, a shirtless Zane minifigure. We don't need to see all that. But Kai's Mech Storm Rider, I think, does the best job of a mech of this scale. Obviously, this one comes with, like, this, like, motorbike thing here. I mean, he's got, like, this little sword thing here, which is just very nice. He still just looks kind of like a toddler stood at the door of his parents' room just being like, I threw up. This one is probably the best one, I would say. I want to love these little mechs. I want to think they're cute, but honestly, they all kind of suck. It's pretty sad. But obviously, in the show, we get so many different mechs because LEGO want to make as much money out of me as they possibly can, and they are succeeding. As a result, we got this line of mechs here, which are the Elemental Mechs. Now, I absolutely love the scale of these things. They're like $20. They look awesome. You're getting like a few minifigures, a side build, like the Kai mech here, which looks absolutely awesome. This is exactly the kind of mech that we want. I genuinely think this thing is amazing. This is such an improvement from the tiny mechs. I mean, I love the massive sword that he's got, and just the scale is perfect. This is basically like the same scale that you get for like an action figure, and it's so sturdy. It has these new mech pieces throughout in his arms and his legs, which basically means although there is no posability, you can really play with this thing because it is not going anywhere. This thing would survive anything. He's got really chunky armor pieces as well, which just make this thing look so intimidating. And in the show, he looks absolutely awesome. And this thing retails for $30, but it also comes with this little wolf mech here, which I'm not including in this video because what is this? I absolutely love this thing. We also got Sora's Elemental Tech Mech here, which again retails for $20. This thing captures Sora perfectly. I mean, the color scheme looks awesome. I love this spinny thing that she's got on her arm here. Very nice. These like swords that come out of her. I don't know what these are, how these are supposed to work, but I definitely think the Kai one looks better, but this is just so nice. Of course, it doesn't really have any like leg movement because it's got like these still pieces here, but I mean, the legs look kind of skinny on it compared to Kai's absolute like massive legs. Damn, boy, he's thick! He's not been skipping leg day whatsoever. It's pretty okay. And Lloyd even got a mech in the style, which isn't very good. Honestly, I just think this set looks really weird. Like, the color scheme of the black, the, like, red and the gold and green just looks really odd. There was a Nia version of this set that was actually cancelled, which would have been a way better set to make, and, like, this set just doesn't even appear in the show, so it just looks really lame compared to, like, the Kai mech, which is insane, and as well it is based on Lloyd. Like, what more do I need to say? But to make up for it, LEGO only went ahead and made this Cole mech here. This thing really gives me Cole vibes massively. I love the fact that he's got like this hammer here. It's like, just makes you realize how strong he is. I mean, dude, how is he holding this thing up? I love the like translucent orange arms that he's got. They look so good. They remind me of these like ghost arms that he had before. He's kind of like squatting down a little bit, which is kind of interesting, but I mean, he just looks like Cole. The color scheme is great. I love the fact that he's meant to be a bit more muscular because Cole is absolutely buff. This scale of mech, again, I'm going to say it a million times, is perfect. It's so good. Which is why we also got one for one of the main characters of Dragons Rising, Arin. We basically get like a large scale version of like the climber piece from season 2, as well as like this sword here. I love the fact that he's got all these purple pieces as well, because it's kind of like him being corrupted in season 3 by Lord Rarest. It just looks like a nice mech all in all, but it doesn't really capture Arin particularly well. I mean, it just looks like a yellow mech. what can I say? Like, it would have been cool to have his grappling hook maybe or something. And one of the weirdest things about all of these mechs is that Lego is basically like begging you to combine them all for some reason, which is really random. Lego needs to continue this line of sets because they are so good, and people have basically just been making one of these for like every single ninja that hasn't got one, and some of them look so good. I am honestly in love. Now, of course, Jay had gone missing after the merge, and he became like an assassin for some reason. So we got this mech here, which is Rogue's Mech Dragon Rider. This thing is really good. I mean, this does exactly the kind of thing of like capturing the essence of the character in the build. I love this like fabric piece at the back here that has got like some symbol on it. This sword piece that he's got is absolutely awesome. It's even got a smaller version of it in the back as well. He's got like these high heels on for some reason, but this thing just looks awesome. I mean, it looks great on the dragon, but get the dragon out of here. This is a mech video. But by itself, it does look really cool, so big thumbs up from me. This is the Empress Mech, and honestly, I think this might be one of the greatest mechs that Lego has ever made. The scale of this mech is absolutely perfect. It's basically like the same as the elemental mechs, like an action figure type thing. So you get tons of posability with it, like the knees even bend. It is awesome. The sword is absolutely amazing. I mean, this is just such a great mech. Very posable. She's got like knee articulation. There is so much to love about this set. Like, it's so slick. It looks so tall. It looks so like, I don't know, those arms are kind of skinny, but one of the best Ninjago mechs that we've ever gotten, and one of the best mechs that Lego's ever made. This one, let's hold on to it, because this might be one of the best. But one of the most unique mechs that we get for Dragons Rising is Sora's transforming bike mech racer. I love the like pink and white color scheme that we get. It just looks cool. I mean, it does look a bit derpy because he's kind of just stood like this, but it transforms, and it's not a bad play feature. It features extensively in the show, which is very nice. The issue with this is, of course, it's not very accurate to the show, and like that is a pretty big problem. It kind of reminds me of like a hammerhead shark, because the cockpit just doesn't really fit with the rest of the set. Her arms are too far back. She's kind of like walking around like this for some reason. It's maybe not one of my favorites, I would say. I would probably say her elemental tech mech is, in my opinion, better, just because I could see myself like swooshing it around a bit more. Not that I would, because I'm 20, but shush. Which is the exact same for this mech here, which comes in the most expensive set, Ninjago City Workshops. This thing is like the central piece for that set, and it is a bit of a weird one. It's basically like a superposable mech, and like in the set you have loads of these different armor pieces that you can put on it, which is pretty cool, but without it, this set just looks naked. Like, it just looks really weird. This is meant to be like a really customizable mech. The idea is that you can like take this base version and just do what you want with it. The issue with that, however, is that in the set you literally just get all of these pieces here, so you can't really do that. It's so expensive as well. Like, being the focal point of the bigger set, I get why it has to be a bit more detailed and complex, but I would say honestly it's too posable. Like, bro, what is this guy doing? It just looks like his skin has been peeled off. It looks quite creepy, but the elemental mechs I still think are just sick. But fellas, let's turn the heat up and have a look at something a little bit bigger. These are, of course, the biggest mechs that we've got for Dragons Rising. They're not the miniature tiny ones, they're not the medium ones. These are the big guys. Like Lloyd's Mech Jet here. Now, this thing here is absolutely awesome. Of course, in the name it says Mech Jet, so not only is it a mech, but it also transforms to become a jet. Both versions of this mech look absolutely incredible, although personally, I think the mech version just looks awesome. And the dark green color scheme that you get is really nice. I love the fact that on the shoes you've got like these jet things, which are so cool. And the cockpit in this one is incorporated so nicely compared to Sora's mech. Sorry. That. This feels like a military mech or something that you would see in like Iron Man, I don't know. Oh dude, I'm just such a massive fan of this thing. Just a shame it has to have Lloyd in it, but you know, we move. On to the best ninja from Dragons Rising, who is Kai. Look at that haircut. I mean, this guy is handsome. This is Kai's climber mech. This thing goes for $70, which is ridiculous, but take my kidneys, because I honestly really like this set now. I love the fact that he's got 4 arms. I do think that looks really nice, and this set has definitely grown on me. And it definitely has nothing to do with the fact that I got absolutely abused in the comments for not realizing it had a play feature, where you can basically like untake this grapple thing and like hang it on anything. This just takes this mech up so much in my my estimation. I was very harsh on it, but I have since learnt my lesson. I'm sorry. I genuinely didn't think that this tiny little piece here would be able to hold it at all, but you can literally put it on any shelf and it just holds it. I have now come around to all of the criticism and hate. I do like it. Lloyd and Arin's Ninja Team mechs retails for $80. Now, this was the first kind of big mech that we got for Ninjago Dragons Rising, and I think you can kind of tell. It just looks so out of place, like, compared to all of the other mechs. I kind of like the, like, hat piece he's got here. Arin's mech just literally sits in here in the front, and, like, it looks like a kangaroo, kind of. What is this thing gonna do? It looks like C-3PO, but green. I just don't like it very much at all, but that's just me. Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech is quite Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech is $100. And obviously in the show it has a really cool play feature where it can like break down into like a jet, a car, this dragon, even a mech, and it is the least sturdy set I've ever seen. Like, trying to stand this thing up is absolutely impossible. It just feels so flimsy. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to get much play out of this. Like, it's quite scary. This set had the potential to be so cool. I mean, it looks awesome in the show. You've got Zane being a main part of it. Let's see how long it takes to break. That was really quick. I genuinely don't even feel like I was moving it that hard at all. That is insane. R.I.P. R.I.P. But of course, the biggest and most ginormous mech is Cole's Titan mech, which is $100 and is absolutely ridiculous. I love this sword that he's got here. This is literally like bigger than my head. It's got such a nice color scheme. All of these lovely like swords on the back coming out. This thing even somehow has knee articulation for how huge it is. And I really honestly quite like the white, orange and black color scheme that we get in here. It honestly looks superb. This one is probably the best of the bunch because it's pretty sturdy, but even look at that wobble on the legs. Wow. I love this set. I think it's cool. Maybe it's too big, and maybe I'm just a little short man. But fellas, when we put every Dragons Rising mech together, there are definitely some standouts. Like, you've got the Climber mech, Lloyd's Jet mech, the Empress mech, and so many great mechs. But boys, the best mech out of all of these insane ones has to be Kai's Elemental mech. Let me know in the comments, do you agree, do you disagree? Please don't hate me. Please don't forget to subscribe, and remember that no matter who you are or what you've done, Jesus saves, God bless.